Today on K-Drama Cycle, we dive into the story that has taken over every social media platform, every fan forum, and every entertainment feed across Asia and beyond. For months, the tension built quietly. Whispers spread by fans, clips analyzed frame by frame, small hints that seemed too obvious to be coincidences. And yet Ginny and Jayna said nothing. They moved like shadows around each other, careful, controlled, guarded. But today everything changed. Today they confirmed the rumors, and what they revealed was so much bigger than anyone imagined. It all started earlier this week when both actresses appeared unusually quiet. Their social media went still. Their schedules cleared without explanation. Fan sightings suddenly dried up. Paparazzi noticed their managers were unusually tight-lipped. Something was coming, and everyone could feel it. But nothing prepared fans for the announcement that was about to unfold. It happened during a live broadcast that was never scheduled on their calendars. A sudden live notification appeared on both of their official accounts. Fans rushed in by the tens of thousands. Within seconds, millions were watching. The screen opened to Ginny first. She looked calm, collected, almost too calm. Behind her eyes was something intense, something she had clearly been carrying for a long time. She took a slow breath before speaking, and her voice carried the weight of what was about to be said. She said there had been a long journey, filled with misunderstandings, pressure, and expectations. She said she and Jayna had always tried to protect something that mattered deeply to them, even when the world kept trying to twist it into something else. She said she owed fans the truth now, and she said she wasn't going to hide anymore. Then the screen split, and Jayna appeared on the other side. She looked emotional, her expression soft in a way that fans hadn't seen in months. She greeted everyone, and then she said she was ready to say things she never had the courage to say publicly before. The entire live chat froze. People stopped breathing. Everyone knew this was it. Ginny and Jayna looked at each other on the split screen. It was the first time in so long that fans had seen them share a moment without the interference of edits or speculation. And then the truth began. Jayna admitted that much of what fans suspected was real. The late-night practices, the private trips, the unannounced visits to each other's sets, the way they defended one another in interviews even when the questions were tough. She said they had chosen silence only because they didn't want their careers or their personal lives to become weapons used against them. She said they didn't want drama. They wanted peace and time to understand what they truly meant to each other. Ginny, on the other hand, revealed the moment everything shifted. She said it was last winter, during a project that pushed both of them to their limits. On one of the coldest nights, when Jayna had broken down quietly behind the set, Ginny had gone to check on her. She stayed, even when Jayna told her to leave. She stayed until Jayna stopped shaking. She said that was the moment she knew they were no longer just colleagues or friends. Something had changed, something powerful and irreversible. Jayna nodded slowly, confirming everything. She said she had been afraid to acknowledge it, afraid of how the world would react, afraid of what people would say. But she said the truth only grows heavier when you try to bury it. And they had been carrying it long enough. The comments exploded. Fans cried. Others could barely type. For the first time, Ginny and Jayna weren't denying or dancing around anything. They were standing in front of the world together, their truth side by side. But the announcement didn't end there. Ginny said they weren't just confirming emotions or a connection. They were confirming a decision. A decision they made together 2 months ago after quietly meeting with their teams, their families, and the people closest to them. They decided to start a new chapter. A joint project, yes, but also a joint future. One they are choosing openly. They revealed they have formed a collaborative brand, an independent creative partnership that will allow them to control their work, their image, and their stories without interference. This brand will produce series, films, events, and even behind-the-scenes features that show who they really are without scripted media distortion. And it will be built on the partnership they fought to protect in silence. Jayna admitted she feared backlash. She feared fans would be confused or divided. But Ginny said something powerful that silenced the entire live room. She said, "We've lived too long in fear. Now, we want to live in truth. Together." Fans were stunned. Many cried. Many celebrated. Some were shocked beyond words. But no one could deny the courage in what they were doing. Because this wasn't just a confession of closeness or chemistry. This was a rebirth of their careers and perhaps something even deeper. After they made the announcement, Jayna leaned slightly toward her camera and said something that instantly became the most replayed clip of the entire live. She said, "There is nothing scandalous about caring deeply for someone who stood by you in your darkest seasons." Ginny smiled at her and added, "We promised each other that when we chose to speak, we would speak together." It was unity, honesty, and vulnerability all in one moment. And the truth they revealed kept echoing after the live ended. Their teams later confirmed everything in official statements. Multiple production companies immediately reached out, wanting to collaborate with their new brand. Their fan communities went into overdrive, trending hashtags across multiple countries. The entertainment industry began re-evaluating its expectations for on-screen partnerships, acknowledging that what Ginny and Jayna had just done was unprecedented. Meanwhile, more details began to leak. People close to the actresses revealed that they had been planning this move for nearly half a year. Their creative brand had already secured its first major project, a hybrid romance action series that will cast them in roles unlike anything they've ever played. Negotiations with international distributors are already underway. And the moment the news broke, global agencies began competing for rights. Was this the rumor people expected? Not even close. Fans thought the announcement might be a simple clarification, maybe a denial, maybe a soft admission. But Ginny and Jayna delivered something so much bigger. They delivered a revolution in the making. In the hours after the broadcast, Ginny posted a single sentence, "Thank you for waiting for us." Jayna posted another, "This is only the beginning." Two statements, simple yet overwhelming. And together, they made the internet erupt all over again. Because now, for the first time in years, the world finally sees Ginny and Jayna without filters, without hesitation, without walls. And the truth is more powerful, more beautiful, and more shocking than anyone ever expected. After the initial announcement, Ginny and Jayna didn't step back. They immediately moved into the next phase of their plan, showing fans that this wasn't a one-time revelation, it was a movement. Interviews, private fan meetups, and behind-the-scenes footage began to surface, each one reinforcing the same message. They were united, in control, and ready to rewrite the rules of the industry. The first exclusive interview took place just 2 days after the live announcement. Both appeared relaxed, laughing easily together, but their eyes betrayed the depth of what they had been carrying. They spoke openly about the pressures they had faced, the constant scrutiny, the invasive speculation, the endless social media commentary. Yet, instead of focusing on the negative, they highlighted the power of loyalty and trust, the importance of surrounding themselves with people who believed in their vision, and most importantly, their commitment to each other. Meanwhile, the fans went into overdrive. Online communities dissected every word, every glance, every subtle gesture from the announcement. Memes and fan edits flooded platforms within hours. But more than entertainment, a profound sense of admiration and support spread. People were inspired by how Ginny and Jayna had taken control of their narrative and refused to let rumors or fear dictate their lives. Supportive messages poured in not just from domestic fans, but from international audiences who had been following their careers closely. The duo's boldness sparked discussions about authenticity, female partnerships, and the importance of standing firm in one's truth. In the weeks that followed, Ginny and Jayna began teasing their first official collaborative project under their new brand. Fans speculated endlessly about what it might be, a film, a miniseries, a documentary, or even a live performance combining their talents in a never-before-seen format. Each teaser they released was calculated, leaving just enough to ignite curiosity while keeping the full concept a secret. This careful strategy only heightened the excitement, and every fan account and media outlet worked tirelessly to piece together clues. Behind the scenes, the production team revealed that the duo's creative input was unprecedented. Ginny and Jayna weren't just faces of the project. They were actively involved in scriptwriting, concept development, and casting decisions. This level of involvement was rare in the industry, especially for performers who were simultaneously navigating public scrutiny and maintaining personal privacy. It quickly became clear that this venture was not just a personal statement, but a professional revolution. Their bond, evident in every interview and clip, became a case study in loyalty and resilience. For many fans, Ginny and Jayna's journey mirrored their own struggles to find a voice and assert independence in challenging circumstances. The announcement was more than news. It was an example of courage, a reminder that authenticity could coexist with professionalism and that taking a stand could create meaningful change. By the end of the first month after their revelation, Ginny and Jayna had firmly shifted the industry's conversation. They had turned what could have been a scandal or a fleeting headline into a long-term narrative about trust, collaboration, and empowerment. Their message was clear: nothing was more important than the partnership they had nurtured over years, and they would continue to protect and grow it at all costs. The anticipation for their upcoming project grew to unprecedented levels. Fans set up countdowns, social media challenges, and fan art campaigns. Every step Ginny and Jayna took was celebrated, analyzed, and shared worldwide. Their story had become more than a simple announcement. It had become a cultural moment, a demonstration of how two individuals could take control of their story, inspire millions, and redefine industry norms in the process. Even months after the announcement, the excitement didn't fade. Each new public appearance, each teaser for their upcoming project, each candid interview reaffirmed what fans already knew: Ginny and Jayna were unstoppable together. Their announcement wasn't just a revelation. It was the beginning of an era that would be remembered for years, a story of resilience, authenticity, and the power of unwavering partnership. The world had witnessed the moment they spoke, but now it was witnessing the ripple effects. And for Ginny and Jayna, this was only the start. The journey ahead promised more surprises, more bold moves, and more history-making moments. Every fan who had waited, every person who had doubted, every critic who had speculated was now part of a story that was unfolding in real time, with Ginny and Jayna leading the way.